So I had a dream last night. I was going to get on a flight. So I show up at the airport with just enough time. And I have to give my passport to the lady at the ticket counter. And she sort of leaves with my passport. She never comes back to the desk. And then finally, I wait there for a really long time. And then finally, this other lady comes over and says, "Ma'am, you better come with me. Your plane's about to leave." And at that moment, I kind of, I just hurried to follow her and I forgot about my passport. So then it was very strange because the airplane, the open, I mean, what's the airwalk or whatever, I forget the word. But anyway, it was right there at the ticket desk. And then our plane was almost like opened so that you could see inside the plane from the airport. It's very hard to explain, but so I'm walking along and trying to find my seat. The seats were extremely tight. I mean, there were seats everywhere you looked. In fact, in the luggage compartment, when you pulled down, there were seats in there. And there were people in there, and they were kind of like folded up. And I could not believe there were people sitting in the luggage compartment. In fact, I made a joke with one guy, and I said, "You probably have more room up there than we have in these seats." I mean, it was so tight. So anyway, I finally find my seat. I get squinched in, and then I realized that I don't have my passport. And so I'm looking down because I can still see inside the terminal. So I'm looking to see if I can find that lady, and of course I can't. And so I asked the person beside me, I said, "What do you think I should do? Because my passport's here. If I leave, then it's going to be a matter of tracking it down." And she said, "Well, I've heard that when that happens, they just shred it. They're not going to try to get it to you." And I said, "Well, that's crazy because I'm right here right now. So if there's somebody," I said, maybe it can't be me, but if one of the employees could go down to the desk and get it, then we don't have to go through all that." And they're like, "Yeah, good luck." So anyway, that was not going to happen. But I guess I just become resigned to the fact that I've now lost my passport. So I'm sitting there and I'm a little bummed, but then I noticed there are 3 girls from my high school class getting on the plane, and they're all in tears. And one of them comes to sit right in front of me, and then 2 of them sit. This plane has people facing, so I'm facing some of the people on the plane. We're like turned toward each other. One section's like the nice seats are turned this way so we can see each other. Anyway, so I'm sitting in the coach section, but I can see 2 of my high school classmates. And it's so odd because they're all 3 crying, and they ask if they can get on the loudspeaker. And let me just say, these 3 girls were very popular in my high school. And I was not, but I thought it was funny that well, not funny, but I was just, why are they crying? Like that was so weird to see them all 3 crying. Anyway, so they get on the loudspeaker and they make an announcement that they had been scammed in the airport, and that we would notice that they have extremely short haircuts now because this lady had promised them that she could cut their hair and it would be trendy and it would look cute, and their hair now looks awful, and so they wanted to apologize for how they looked. It was crazy. I mean, I will say 2 of their hairstyles I thought looked very good. One of them, it was a bit of an odd hairstyle, and I could understand why she was crying. But anyway, so they all get on the loudspeaker and have this long apology speech, and everybody's kind of rolling their eyes. And then, so the girl right in front of me, after she does her speech on the loudspeaker, I tapped her on the shoulder and I said, "For what it's worth, I think your hair looks really good." And she turned around and she said, "Well, thank you. You don't have to say that." And I said, "No, I'm serious. I think it's very flattering on you." And she tells me, she doesn't remember me from high school, by the way, but she tells me that she's on her way to a family reunion, and she starts telling me about her family. the weird thing is when she started telling me about her family, it was actually about a family of another girl I went to school with that didn't match. But anyway, so she's telling me about her family reunion. And I said, you know, it'll be fine. I said, you'll go there, you'll have a good time. I said, just don't worry about it, you know. But I could tell my words weren't really giving her much comfort. But anyway, then I woke up.